Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk about how to find and win leasing real estate government contracts. So if you didn't know, the US government leases warehouses, office spaces, parking lots, and even land across the country from businesses and regular people like me and you. And these contracts usually span between 5, 10, or 20 years. The US government is the largest buyer for goods and services in the world. They're the largest customer. Last year they spent around $3.5 billion, just the federal government, on goods and services. And there's a huge potential for real estate government contracts and leasing government contracts. There's a lot of opportunities. So if you are in that space, you need to have a look at these opportunities. So if you are a commercial real estate agent or broker, or if you are a property owner or investor, or if you're a real estate developer, then you have to have a look at the government contracts for multiple reasons. One, there's a lot of them. Two, the US government is one of the best clients. Usually we say they pay on time, they pay good rates. They also, as I mentioned, they have long contracts for a long period of time. So, and also prestige, they're, as I mentioned, the biggest client in the world. So if you are considering, they are the ideal customer and you should consider working with them. So an example of a government real estate leasing contract looks like this. So this one is in Florida. You have the Department of Veteran Affairs, and they're seeking offers for a lease of a medical office. And then you have here the square feet and the parking spaces. And then the term is 15 years, and the occupancy required is November 1st, 2026. So that's just one example. So how to find these contracts. So the software I use for looking for these contracts called samsearch.co. It's by far the easiest way to do government contracting. The search is smart. So I just typed in leasing spaces and I put in active now, and I was able to pull all of these leasing contracts, and that's just on the federal level. So it's a pretty neat way to find these contracts. Now, the good thing about this, and like you can try the government website, but it's not the best. The good thing about this is with each contract, you're getting a summary, AI generated summary. So you are given like who's requesting what. And like, for example, here you're given the space that's requested, the location, the contact person that you need to contact, and then also when you need to submit by, and then what's the estimated occupancy. So just with that, you can quickly like decide whether you want to pursue this opportunity further, or you just want to stop now, go on to the next one. Now, let's say you have a space in a specific location, let's say like in Texas, for example. And Texas is broad, but I'm just trying to show you an example. So you could just put it in the search. The search is smart. It will understand whatever you put in. If you focus, for example, on office spaces, you could just put that in as well. So you could say like, let's say office, and then it would pull out like leasing spaces for office purposes. As you can see, like this one is office space. Now, the other thing that's important, we're just now talking about the federal government. Now, with government contracts, there's also another level, which is the state level. So with state, you have each state, city, county, sometimes even universities, they have their own procurement website. So this way, with SamSearch, they're all gathered in one place. So let's say we want to look for leasing spaces for offices, and obviously like this one, it found a few ones, but let's say we just want to search for leasing spaces and we want to search in the state of Texas, for example, or Massachusetts, whatever. And we're searching in Arizona. And as you can see, like it got you, this one is a school district and they're looking for new school spaces. So there's a lot of opportunities. Let's switch to Texas, remove Arizona. And as you can see there, this one is, they're seeking proposal for leasing space. And this is the size for office space. And this is the state of Texas. This one as well, they're looking for leasing an office space that's 5,000 square feet in Texas. This one, they're leasing 3,000 office space in Texas parks. So there's a lot of also leasing space and office spaces and regular spaces, commercial, across all states. And as you've seen, schools, municipalities. So it's important that you are, as a business who's serious about finding these contracts and winning them, that you seek all opportunities. So you're not only looking at the federal level, you're also looking at the state level. Now, let's say we want to look into this contract. The nice thing about this, it's organized like this. We have all the files, we have the description, we have the AI summary. But furthermore, without even having, usually there are a lot of attachments and government jargon, you could just go to Ask SamSearch AI. And what this does is you'll be able to ask it questions about the contract. So it'll have details all the way from attachments, description, everything. And then here I asked it like, break down this contract for me, mention the lease specifications, pay, duration, location, so on. And it gave me the location in detail. It gave me the space specification, gave me the lease term, which is 5 years, and then all the other details, the schedule, the contact information. So, and then I asked like, what are the requirements or what do I need to submit in my bid? And then I got like expression of interest that I have to email to this contact information. And it gave me the email just right away, the compliance requirements, space requirements, cost, and so on. I could go on. I could say, is there any submission instructions? So here we're given that the contract document does not explicitly provide detailed submission. So it doesn't make stuff up. It doesn't, like, AI usually is stupid and it reads from other stuff. This one is very accurate. It only gives you detailed information with sources. So you know you're getting the real deal. You're not getting mixed up information. But it's saying you that there's not explicitly instructions or checklist, but here's the key information that you have to submit an expression of interest by this date to this email. And then you're given the name and the email, and that's it. So what the next step would be is to call this number that's given here or email this contracting officer, talk about this specific contract and say that you have the space that's required. They might give you more instructions. Then once it comes to the next step, let's say you want to submit a proposal for this, you can also use here the AI to help you generate a proposal and submit it. So it makes it super easy to actually get these government contracts. Now, let's say you don't want to be doing searches every single day. What you could do is you could schedule these searches. So what you can come here to the side, click on schedule new alert. And then we're talking about, like, I'm just going to go with a broad term, leasing space. And I want to receive these emails weekly. And this way I'll receive emails in my inbox for any government contracts relating to leasing spaces across the federal level, the state level, schools, cities, all of that. So this way I'm always on the lookout for new leasing opportunities. The nice thing about this, as I've mentioned, is there are so many contracts for leasing spaces. And even if right now there's not a opportunity that's good for you, in the future it will come. So you're always on the lookout. And these, we're talking about like big spaces that they are renting. So if you're in commercial real estate, or if you're a broker, as I mentioned, or a developer, then you should definitely find a way to work with the government. I think the best way to do this is through samsearch.co. It just breaks the barrier between like government contracting. You just focus on your job, which is like if you're a broker or if you're a developer, or if you're a commercial real estate company, it just makes it easier and it's just intuitive, as I've shown you. Get samsearch.co if you're interested in getting leasing government contracts or real estate in general. By far the easiest way to do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.